Good morning and welcome to the free daily coaching hangout. Your daily hangout for mindset, tech tips, and everything attraction marketing. We're here every morning at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Sit back or jump in. Either way, remember to have some fun. Here at freedailycoaching.com.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the free daily coaching hangout. Today is Friday, and that means it is a Friday free-for-all. What we do on Fridays is something special. It's something fun. It's something to allow everyone to participate. And if you're here this morning, I want to first of all say good morning and welcome to the free daily coaching hangout. The Friday free-for-all is literally set up for you to participate. We're looking for you to raise your hand if you're here live. Now, if you're watching this on the Google Plus channel, or maybe you're watching a YouTube replay, or maybe you caught a snippet of this recording on Facebook and now you're trying to find the rest of it, well, you can always go to freedailycoaching.com and get registered for the live webinars. You can also find an area on the freedailycoaching.com website where you can go ahead and connect to all of the replays that are posted over on my YouTube channel. Now, as we're getting warmed up, I see a few hands starting to get raised. And what does that mean? That means that people are raising their hands. It means that they took a specific action this week and they got a specific result. Now, this isn't talking about the thing that you did last week, something the same that you've been doing over and over again. This is, and I'm not saying that that's not great, and that is great, and we want to see consistency. What I'm talking about is, did you do something different that you hadn't done before? Did you do something this week to get a specific result? So I know that this young lady signed up a new member and got some leads. We'll get her going. We'll bring this lady over. She's got a hand raised. We'll bring this gentleman over. And good morning, good morning, good morning to everyone. Carlton, good morning. Let's say good morning while we're waiting, getting people over. Good morning to Whitman is here this morning, and we've got Karen is here. Good morning to my buddy Craig out east. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning, Debbie and Judy. Good morning, Diane. Good morning, Angela. Good morning, Deb. Good morning, Carlton, Leanne. Good morning to you, Bill and Larry. Chris Schaus is in the house. Miss Summers is here. Beth, good morning to you as well. So we've got a great cast of characters. Miss Balachowski just jumped on the line. Good morning to you, Diane. I know you didn't, you popped off and on, so I wanted to make sure that you saw us welcome you. Leanne is here. What up? Deb Castman in the house. Mr. Jeffrey's here. So, guys, we're here. We're ready to rock and roll. Now, what we're going to talk about this morning, and I want to make it clear because this is really important. This isn't just actions like, oh, I did this and then nothing happened, right? What we're talking about on the Friday free-for-all is the actions that we took and then the results we got. And the cool part is this is a safe place. So maybe you took an action and you were like, you know, maybe you ran a Facebook ad and you were thinking you were going to get 27 million leads and it cost you $15 and you got no leads and you're like, that didn't work out very good. That's okay to share here too, because here at Friday Free-for-All, we're all about the action and then taking a specific action to get a result. So let's start. We're going to start on the other end this time. We're going to go all the way down to the end. We'll start with Christina. We'll take a break and pause with Mr. Len Mooney, and then we'll jump over to Malia. Now, if anyone else wants to raise their hand, if they've got something to share, go ahead and raise your hand if you want to come over this morning. If you took action this week, if you took an action this week that you normally haven't taken and you got a result, then that's what we want to hear about, okay? So let's jump over and talk to Miss Christina Irvin.
Good morning. What's up, everybody? So this week, I actually, it was about getting clarity. You know, I've been operating just on just taking action so that I didn't get stagnant, right? But comes a point where you got to get some clarity so that you can scale your business, right?
Right.
So that's what I spent. I focused on this week, just getting some clarity, what I wanted to do, what directions I wanted to move in, and it's kind of paid off for me pretty good. I mean, I've got new new
Okay,
referrals.
wait. Let's stop because I don't think that's. I think that's a great. I think it's a great. What you're sharing is great, and what you're about to share is the result part. And I think, and I know some of that, and I know that that part's great. But I want to let's go back. Let's hit the pause button and let's sit down and maybe and reverse that for a second because you said I had to get clarity. But what does that mean? Did you swim underwater? Did you buy new glasses? Did you go to some lady that gave you an astrological reading? How did you achieve the clarity? What actions did you take to get the clarity, Christina? Because I think that this is important, what you're saying, and I think it's very valuable. And I think if we just gloss over it, everyone's just like, well, Christina got clarity and then she got results. But how did you get the clarity? Like, am I going to turn, like, if I turn on Good Morning America, are they going to have, like, a thing that I can get? Or if I watch Dr. Oz, does he have, like, a pill I can take and then I'm going to get clear? Or, you know what I mean? Is it like Claritin, or how does it happen? What did you do?
Well, for me, it was a matter of, like, looking at my goals again and making the decision that some of this stuff can be done later, and it would actually be not so much easier, but I would have a little more leverage if I did those things later, rather than trying to do everything all at once. Because, let's just face it, I've been a person all my life who's kind of been like the jack of all trades kind of person, but then that gets in the way because you want to serve everybody and do everything. So I had to make a decision. Who do I want to serve right now, right? And how do I best serve those people right now? And make sure that it fits in with my future goals. But I just had to make some decisions. And that wasn't easy to do, and I'm still a little on some of it, but
Well, and I think it's a great reference that you made, saying jack of all trades, because it reminds me, you can be a jack of all trades but it's called like jack of all trades but master of none.
Exactly.
Right? And this is the thing that man, that's so powerful, because what it draws out in me is something like, this is what I've essentially been trying to teach, like the method that I've been trying to teach. No matter what someone says to me, no matter what their answer is, no matter what no matter what the challenge in meeting new people, my answer always defaults back to the same method, the same purpose, right? And check this out. The funny part about this is that of what you said that drew that out is, in the beginning, I was trying to be a jack of all trades. I was trying to do like a little blogging over here, and then make a video, and I'm going to go over and try to learn how to do this pay-per-click, and every Thursday I'm going to do a webinar, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. And meanwhile, right, and I'm going to prospect people, right? But meanwhile, while I was doing that, I wasn't like becoming like awesome at doing a webinar. I wasn't becoming like just awesome at prospecting or just awesome at this or that. And it wasn't until I said, hey, whoa, like until I did what you did, right? Until I got some clarity and I made a decision, right? And that's really what I heard you say is, I had to sit down and look at what my goals were, and then look at who did I really want to focus on, like who did I really want to serve right now. Mm-hmm. And then once you know who that is, then you can figure out how to do it, right? Right. And then once you figure out how, if you could just stay on that how for long enough to master it, you could then that would translate across these other channels, these other places. So that's really powerful, Christina. So tell us what happened. You made a decision. You decided to hone in and focus really on a specific group of people that you were really going to serve, and then what was the result?
The result is that I got some clarity on, because I was struggling with, now what's my next step in my funnel that I was creating. So it helped me decide which way to go with my funnel too. So today and the rest of the weekend, I'll just be banging out, the rest of my funnel and really working on my marketing message across the board.
Nice.
So that it's
nice,
congruent
nice.
across the board.
Cool, cool. Uh-oh. Oh, where'd he go? He went to go. Oh, there he is. He's back. Guess who's back? Len is back. Len is back. Len is back. Len is back. He's at his desk.
Is Len on?
His name is Len Mooney. He's gonna show you some stuff. All right, Len. What'd you do?
I got to thank you guys because you reminded me to get some clarity. I just cleaned my glasses.
There you go. See.
Hey, now I just wanted to report back to you, Bart, that this actually goes back a couple weeks ago. A couple weeks ago, you made a suggestion to me. You said, Len, why don't you take your Coffee with Len videos and boost them? Now, I haven't been moving the Coffee with Len videos over to my fan page, my business page. I've just been putting them on my profile. I moved them over to I started putting them on my fan page every day. And let me give you, I'm just going to click over to my fan page for a second, give you an idea of a result. One video that I did not boost, 39 people reached. A video that I did boost, 4,538 people reached.
And how much was the boost for?
$5.
$5.
I've devoted max $5 a day to boosting these videos. And I'm not even boosting them every day. I'm picking which ones I want to boost and then letting the boost run for 3 days. And it's an amazing result. And there's also some likes in there too. There's people that have actually, made a comment or made a like, and then I'm going out and trying to connect with them and see what they're all about. So it was a great idea. It was just like, I didn't think of it.
Len, let me ask you something else. Let me not ask you something. Let me ask you a question. May I just give you some unwarranted, unasked for, just a suggestion?
Absolutely.
So this is something, so I figured out something else, like another part of this now, okay? So now you have the Coffee with Len that you're doing every morning. You're putting it, let's say you shoot the video and you're putting it on your regular profile, okay? And then you're sharing it over onto your fan page, right? So now you can boost it. Well, you know how when you share it over to your fan page, it lets you like write a little post about it?
Yes.
Like another little thing. Okay, since on your regular page you're just putting like, hey, come over and see me, hashtag Coffee with Len, and it's pretty generic. You're not like directing them or anything like that, right? There's no links or spammy stuff. What about, because when I'm looking at it on your regular page, it's just pound Coffee with Len, right?
Yeah.
And then it links over to like Brendan Burchard's Live, Love, Matter, right?
Well, and some days I put the link to my website, and some days, I'm doing it. I'm varying it up to see what works and what doesn't. But yes, you're
okay. So all I was gonna say is when you share it over onto your fan page, put in a link to either your website or right to like the website, like lenmooney.com / connect or something like that, where it just goes to a capture page on your website, or that's a pretty link where they can get your newsletter and connect. And in the end of the lunch, or I always think lunch with it, in the end of the Coffee with Len videos, you can just tell them, not in a weird like I'm trying to sell you something way. Just at the end of Coffee with Len in the morning, you're like, because it always starts off like super friendly, like, hey, good morning, we're gonna have some coffee, we're in an amazing location, like, what up, right? So at the end, why not just suggest? Why not just be like, hey, here's to you and having a good day, and hey, if you want to connect more, simply just click on the link above, click on the Coffee with Len link above, and you can make sure to get notified about all our videos, all of our updates, and everything that's coming out, everything that I have to share with you. And just be nice about it and be like, hey, you know what? Here's to you, and if you want me to share even more, I'd love to do that. just click on the link below and allow me to share more than just a cup of coffee with you. Let me share, you know what I mean? Let me share my...
Can you get like a coffee cup that comes down, like a little thing that links on your video? I'm going a little fancy, but that'd be neat.
I'm just saying, right? I want to share more than... If you want to share more than a cup of coffee with me, go ahead and click on the link below, or click on the link above, right?
Great idea, Bert. Great idea. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I will play with that and report back to you in a week or two.
I think that's an awesome idea. That's something that I've gained clarity. Is it my turn?
It is now.
I guess it is now.
Sorry.
Leo Holleran taking the from us.
That's something that I gained clarity in this week. Is, you know, Bert's always about don't be weird type of thing, and just whatever. So I've always felt like kind of creepy about like doing call to actions like that. I don't know, but I watched that Bert's podcast on Marketing Masters, and I listened to it, and the way that he incorporated the call to action was the host, is he said, we've partnered with Audible, and if you want to get this book that Bert recommended, click on the link and you know, go get it for free. So when you do that, obviously he's going to get a commission when you sign up for an Audible account. And so, like, I just think that's a really good way. If your insights are coming from books that you're reading or whatever, it's super easy to say, you know, I'm reading this book, I got this from here. If you want to grab it, click on the link below and you'll go directly to Audible, you know?
That's really good.
Okay, so Malia,
yeah.
before you share something else, I want you to take that idea that you just had and think about this. Think about, what if you could do that? What if you, and you can, and you could do it, and Christina could do it, Len could do it. If you're watching this on YouTube, you could do it. If you're watching it on a replay, if you're watching this 5 days from now on Google+, you could do it. What if you could start to live a life? What if you could start to experience, okay? And I'm not talking about some hocus magic. What if you could start to live a life that was absolutely fabulous, that was the most amazing thing ever? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, what if you could live a life that you wanted to live? That you wanted to live, okay? Maybe you want to live on a lake with a boat and chicks in bikinis or dudes in short things or whatever, and that's your dream, and that's okay. Maybe your dream is to put your kids through college. Maybe your dream is to buy your 16-year-old son or daughter, or maybe niece or nephew, a used car when they're 16 because you didn't get one. Maybe you're right. Maybe what your dream looks like is to retire at 60 and have enough money to travel to where your kids live and go see your grandkids. That's what I'm talking about. When I say maybe you could create a life, what if you could create a life, and you could, and check this out, what if you could do it just like everyone else? Have you ever listened to the radio or any podcast of anyone, and they're like, oh yeah, and by the way, this show is brought to you by SafeLock, SiteLock. Your ID will never get stolen again if you go to SiteLock. And just go to sitelock.com/my name. Guys, that's their affiliate. Hello? It's not weird if you're using it. It's not weird if you do it and then you're like, oh yeah, and check it out if you want it. Like, it's not weird for me to sell you, any one of you, AWeber. Okay? It's not weird. Why? It's never weird for me to tell you, I use AWeber. This is the autoresponder I use. So if you want to use the one that I use so that I could show you like how to work it, and you want to use the one that's been around for one of the longest and integrates with everything, then just go to bertbledsoe.com/email and you can pick it up for $1 for a month. Check it out. I just did a pitch right there. I don't have any problem doing it. Why? Because I know it's a valuable tool that will be good for you. If Christina knows that she just found like the best dog food ever for her dog that gives it like the shiny hair and it never makes its tummy bad and everything's good, she's going to tell everyone she knows that has a dog, oh my God, have you tried the new dog food? It's called supercalifragilistic dog food. It's the best. Right? So the reason I wanted to extrapolate from that, Malia, is because you saw it in the Audible thing and were like, oh, that was totally cool. That's totally like a promo for that guy, but how he did it was smooth. What if you could do that with everything?
Oh, I can do it with everything, and that's a huge shift that I've had this week. Is like I love doing videos, but I don't really do call to action outside of go to my list or something like that. But why not do a call to action that has to do with a product? Like, you know, at some point we have to become the marketers. Stop being marketed to all the time and become the marketer. And that is a part of that shift, is then seeing the opportunity in things and incorporating that opportunity into your marketing in a way that's natural to you. So I did a video last week, and it was good. I boosted it, but I didn't really get any results that I really wanted. I got 1 or 2 likes on my page, which is fine. I'm super grateful for. But what I learned through that is that I need to refine that and be more clear and have a call to action, and don't spend money on something that I don't have. I haven't intended a desired result. And so I need to, you know, decide what the result I want is first if I'm going to spend money on it, so that I can then measure, you know, track and measure that to make sure that it's effective.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's I think what you said was huge right there, because how many of us are, okay, think about this. How many of us, and we can all raise our hand and say, yes, we've all done this, right? So I'm not saying this accusatory, like, hey, what are you doing? I'm saying it like, hey, open your eyes, because we've all had to get this clarity and open our eyes and see this. What are some actions that you're taking right now where you're like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing business, man. I'm making my business happen. And it's not even doing anything. Like, how many times have you run an ad or boosted a post, and then you just spent $5 or $20 or $50 or whatever the number is, and you're like, I don't even, like, there wasn't even like a purpose for that. Like, there was not even, like, I didn't call them, like, I didn't get their attention. I didn't, like, intrigue them. I didn't open a loop. I didn't give them a call to action. I didn't send them anywhere. And now I'm bummed out because I just spent, you know, $27 and I got 1 comment that said this video is not that good, and 2 thumbs up, and those were both from my best friends on Facebook. Right? And then we're like, well, Facebook ads don't really work that good. I'm going to try videos. Right? Isn't that like how it works in our mind? And what Malia is talking about doing, and what Christina did, and what Len is accomplishing, what all 3 of these people did, really, if you're watching this, you want to, one of the big takeaways that you can see, each one of them shared something specific and got a different result. But the common thread was, to really get the result, you have to know what the result is that you want to get first. That has to be. It's like everything in this business, in the world. The whole thing is like opposites and a paradox, right? So you think you have to start at the beginning, first things first, but first things first in this is you have to start at the end and know what is it that you want. What's the end result that you want? And then you, like, dissect it, go backwards, right? And then check this out. When you dissect it, at some point you get to the beginning, and then you just go whoop, and you just turn around. It's like you reverse the engine, and you're like, okay, I plotted all the steps back to here, to where I'm at the beginning, and then now you take the actions to get you back to that place where the result is.
Hey, Bert, I think there's one more thing, too, that we got to think about here. That I think all 3 of us over here today probably has needed a shift in. I know it's one of the other things that I did this week in shifting in, and that's asking for the sale. I spent a lot of time with my personal development this week was all focused on listening to like Mark Hoverson and Grant Cardone and people like that who don't have a problem asking for the sale. Diane Hockman, who, you know, she's always able to throw out a sale, but you just don't even know you're being sold. You know, those people don't have a problem asking for the sale. And so sometimes we get stuck. I know I'm going to say for me personally, it's like value, value, value. But, you know, we're in business. And part of business is asking for the sale no matter what industry you're in.
Absolutely. So I want to share a story about that. I'm trying to ask someone.
I think I have a problem with that because half the time I don't know what I'm selling. And it has to do with not setting the proper intention.
Absolutely, right? Because if you don't know where you're going, then you don't know what to do. So I'm going to share a story. I'm not going to use any names, but I'm going to share a story. And the story has to do exactly what Christina shared, and I'm going to go quick so we can end by the top of the hour, is, you know, I talk to a lot of different people every single day, and I get to talk to a lot of different clients that I have, and as a lot of you know, people come and go, right, in business, and there's cycles and there's flows, and there's some people that are close to you, and then they go away, and then they come back, and then some people just go away, right, and they're doing other things with other people, right, because there's a lot of things going on. Well, I was talking to Diane Hockman, and we were having a conversation on the phone, and I was telling her about a couple of people that I had spoke to that had done some things and here and there, and we were talking about this specific subject, Christina, about asking for the sale. And the reason is this: that people are going to be out there, and they're going to be purchasing things anyways. Okay, they're going to be buying anyway. So why not let them have the opportunity to purchase it from you? I mean, if it's like, obviously you're not going to sell things that you don't like or believe in or use and yada yada, right? Like whatever your model is. However, if you're not trying to make the sale, if you're not asking for the sale, guess what? Someone else is going to, right? So that when you're all bummed out and you're like, well, you know, I don't know how Len made 4 sales last week and I made 1. Well, because he went and asked for the people. He was hustling. He was talking to people, right? If you see that Christina made a new member on her team and you're like, well, I'm doing the action, but how come Christina got the person? Because Christina actually asked them for the sale, right? It's the same thing when you're out doing like the 5-5-5 method. The difference between people that are having success and the people that aren't having success aren't asking for the email. They're not just posturing up and saying, hey, you know what, I do a newsletter on that. Let me go ahead and shoot that over to you. Let me get your email. Right? They're not asking for it. They're just dancing around and like just playing conversation for a long time and never asking. And when you ask for the sale, you'll be surprised at what can happen. Right? You can be surprised at what can happen, because yesterday I was on a coaching call, okay? Yesterday I was on a coaching call, and I was actually giving some different examples of what this individual client could do, and I was using the mumble as an example. And in the example of using that method of like giving the offer on the back end, just as a side note, as I did that, the example that I used was an offer that I have on the table. Okay? Guess what? Basically, in that moment, I was putting the offer out there. The person asked me about the offer. Check this out. In real time, I was just doing it in real time. It was like I opened the loop, and then I delayed it. And I said, no, let's finish what we're doing here, and we'll talk about that at the end. Right? So then we finished our conversation, then at the end, we go back to it. Okay, now, let me answer any questions you have about this. At that point, they were already like, yes, I want it. Just tell me, how do I get it? Right? That was it. Why? Let me tell you why. Because check this out. Because if I would have never made the offer and presented the offer in front of the person, they would that customer, that client would have never known that I had that offer available, and then wouldn't have, right? So if I didn't ask for the sale, if I didn't put the offer out there, they wouldn't have known about it. So half the time, the reason this is real, guys, and I don't know what the stats are. I don't know if it's really 50% of the time, but I'll tell you a good majority of the time, the reason that you're not getting the sale is simply because you just didn't ask for it, right? One of two reasons. A, you didn't ask for it, or B, you asked for it way too quick. Think about how this could relate to, I know this is, for all of you, do this if you have minors or you might be offended. Think about how this would work in like a relationship, in like boy-girl stuff, right? You're not going to get no lovin's if you don't ask, right? And you definitely aren't going to get none if you just try to go in right for the kill shot right away. You don't just walk into the nightclub and be like, what's up, girl? Let's get freaky, right? You don't do that.
I almost spit my drink out on my computer.
I'm just saying, think about it like that, right?
Yeah, that's good stuff, yeah.
You don't get no lovin' if you don't ask for it. And check it out, if you ask for it right at the start and you go wait like this, like, hey, how you doing? Like, that's weird, and that doesn't work. Yeah, maybe that works 1 out of like 1,000 or something. You like, you know what I mean? You find one other weirdo, but that's just not how it works. So think about how that like correlates to our business. You don't ask for that one. Boom. If you don't ask for the sale, you're not going to get it, and you can't just walk in and be like, "Hi, I'm Billy. Want to buy my stuff?" You can't do that either. There's got to be somewhere in between, right? And that's what we've been teaching and what people have been perfecting. That's why you're getting signups, Christina, because you're perfecting that process, right? That's why you're feeling more. That's how Malia's getting more confident. She's getting stronger. She's doing more. She's seeing more. She's getting a bigger, clearer vision because she's refining her skill, and she's like, oh, okay, I get it. I need to do this over here, right? Because why? Because you're starting to see clearer, so you know the direction. It's like all of a sudden it's not nighttime anymore. The sun is starting to come up, and you can start to see the road better, and you're like, oh, dude, I can totally speed up. I can see now.
You know where that comes from is taking action. You don't gain it until you do something.
Right, because it's not in here. It's not in our mind. It's like in the actual process of doing it that we learn it. We don't learn it at webinar.
Yeah, it's so much more fun to do business when you're just taking action and you're not in your head.
Well, because these places, when we come to webinars, when we come to these places to meet and group trainings and all of this, this is a place where we're supposed to come, learn an idea, get an idea, communicate with some other people, and then go take the action on it and share it with other people. This is supposed to be like, this is a place where, like, check it out. This is like a place where you come and get your coffee cup, like Coffee with Len, where you fill your cup up real quick, grab a shot of coffee, drink it, and then you go out and share it. And you're like, hey, check it out. I just had a Keurig cup. Did you know they have Dunkin' Donut Pumpkin Spice Keurig? You can have it all year long, baby. Right? That's what it's all about. I mean, it's not all about Keurig because I don't drink that. I just have regular. But it's all about going, stopping in, getting, learning something, and then go out there and take it out to the masses. Take it out to your audience. And if you don't have an audience, use the lessons that we've been showing you to take the actions to go and create your audience, to build an audience. All right, 30-second salutations. Christina, Len, then Malia. Boom, boom, boom. 30 seconds. Say, see you later.
Hey, guys, go get some clarity. Take massive action over the weekend. Carry it over into next week. Malia, I'm dropping some throwdowns in the group when we get done with this. Love you guys.
All right. Len, 30 seconds.
Oh, sorry, I was muted. No, nothing else to say. Just thanks, Bert, for a great idea.
All right.
Take action, folks. Keep moving.
Yep. So have an amazing Friday. Have an amazing weekend. Take action. If you find yourself stuck, reach out to one of us that are here on the panel. Reach out to somebody that you see in the chat. We're here to help each other and to support each other as a community. So if you find yourself stuck, make sure that you ask, because we are here to lift each other up and run together. So
awesome. And surprise announcement for everyone. Because of the Thursday throwdown and because last night you thought that I wasn't going to make it, and I did. I made it by the skin of my teeth. I made it through the wire. I got a little proactive this morning as well. And so this morning, besides you three on the panel, if you guys just wait, I'll shoot you guys the link in just a second here. But everyone else, if you're watching, I'm going to shoot you over to the registration page. It's not on Free Daily Coaching yet. I didn't get that updated, but I'll shoot you just directly go to the registration page, and I've created the rest of the registration for the rest of the month. So hopefully they got it fixed. Everyone got emails this week, so hopefully it'll work for the rest of the month. So I'm going to shoot you over there now. Get registered because this day is the last day for the link that you registered for with already. So you have to go get registered if you want to be here any day next week. You got to go register. So I'm going to shoot you over there now. Thank you for being here on Free Daily Coaching. And like always, if you have any questions or concerns, either call me, text me, or shoot me a personal message on one of the social media sites. And I'll see you guys on the inside. Oh, here for you guys. I guess I can. The chat will be over. So in the regular Hangout chat, I'll put it up there, and you can copy it.
Can't we just type freedailycoaching.com?
I just haven't uploaded it yet. I have to change. I just have to change the code real quick. I just made the webinar before we got on. Like while this one was loading up, I made the new one. I just haven't had time to put the code onto Free Daily Coaching yet. I'll go.
First one live, Bert.